Welcome back to Character Conversions, where I try to bring fictional characters to life in D&D. Today is a request from Avenger J5, the badass space bounty hunter, Samus Aran. For stats, we'll be using the standard array of the player's handbook, divided up as you see here. We need high intelligence as it will be our primary offense stat, and dexterity is next because of how agile we are with our Chozo DNA. Wisdom is our third highest because we will need it for multiclassing later. For race, Samus is human infused with Chozo DNA. So we'll be going with Variant Human. We'll increase our intelligence and wisdom by 1 each to 16 and 14. For skill, we will be choosing acrobatics, and our feat will be crossbow expert, to make sure we don't get disadvantage if we have to fire off our cannon in melee. For background, we'll be going with Urban Bounty Hunter from the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. This gives us proficiency with insight and stealth, thieves' tools, and either a gaming set or instrument of our choice. Pick whatever you like. And our feature is Ear to the Ground, giving us a contact in cities we visit to help track down our quarries. For Samus's class, I think it's best to divide her between her skill as a bounty hunter and her armor, so we will start with Artificer. This gives us a D8 hit die, proficiency with Constitution and Intelligence saves. For skills, we will grab Investigation and Perception. We begin with proficiency with light and medium armor, as well as shields, and simple weapons. As a first level Artificer, we gain Magical Tinkering, 2 cantrips, and we can prepare a number of spells equal to our Intelligence modifier, plus half our Artificer level. Magical Tinkering is like an advanced prestidigitation that won't really help us in battle. For cantrips, we will take Firebolt and Ray of Frost, using these to represent our blaster and being able to switch modes. Useful first level spells include Jump and Featherfall to allow for more video game-like acrobatics, and Detect Magic and Identify to represent the sensors in our suit. At second level, we gain Infuse Item. This allows us to learn 4 infusions and infuse up to 2 mundane items with these magical properties at a time. For infusions, we'll be picking up Armor of Magical Strength to make up for our dump stat, Enhanced Defenses because we'll be wearing armor, and 2 instances of Replicate Magic Item for Goggles of Night and Rope of Climbing. The Goggles of Night Vision sounds like a standard add-on for a combat kit, and the Rope of Climbing can represent our grappling hook. As a third level Artificer, we get to choose what type of specialist we are, and we'll of course be going with Armorer. This grants us the right tool for the job, tools of the trade, 2 Armorer spells in the form of Magic Missile and Thunder Wave, Arcane Armor, and Armor Model. Tools of the trade will give us proficiency with heavy armor and smith's tools. Magic Missiles, of course, missiles, and Thunder Wave could be some kind of concussive bomb. Arcane Armor will allow us to finally suit up properly. In each short or long rest, we can designate it Guardian or Infiltrator Armor. We'll primarily be using Infiltrator, increasing our movement speed by 5 feet, giving us advantage on stealth checks, and giving us the Lightning Launcher, or our literal arm cannon. With a range of 90 to 300 feet, it deals 1d6 lightning damage, and once each of our turns it can deal an additional 1d6 lightning damage with a hit. As a 4th level Artificer, we gain our first ability score improvement. You'll need to decide whether you want to attack more with Firebolt and Ray of Frost, or the Lightning Launcher. The cantrips use Intelligence and the launcher uses our Dexterity. For my build, I will consider the cantrips alternate modes that will be fired as backup when the target is less affected by lightning or more weak to one of those elements. So we will of course drop this into our Dexterity, raising it to a 16. Now that we have our armor, let's start developing our skills as an intergalactic bounty hunter. Ranger gives us a D10 hit die, and at level 1 we gain Favored Enemy and Natural Explorer. Now both of these are very campaign-specific bonuses, so you have to pick what you think will suit your current game. My placeholders will be Humans and Elves for Favored Enemy, giving us advantage to Survival for tracking, and Intelligence checks to recall information about them, useful for any bounty hunter. We also learn Elven as a language. For Natural Explorer, my placeholder will be Forest, a fairly common D&D environment. Now difficult terrain won't slow us down, we can't get lost by non-magical means, we always remain alert to danger, foraging produces twice as much food, and we can move stealthily at a normal pace. Finally, while tracking another creature, we can determine their exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through an area. As a 2nd level Ranger, we choose a fighting style. We will of course be going with Archery, giving us a +2 bonus to attack with our Lightning Launcher. Next we learn 2 first level spells, of which we will be choosing Hunter's Mark and Zephyr Strike. Both require concentration, but Zephyr Strike will be useful for when we need a boost of speed, advantage on an attack, and additional 1d8 damage, while Hunter's Mark will just be useful for straight damage bonuses and tracking a target magically. At 7th level, our 3rd level in Ranger means we choose our Conclave. We will be going with Hunter. This grants us Hunter's Prey and Primeval Awareness. Hunter's Prey grants us Colossus Slayer, allowing us to deal an additional 1d8 damage with a weapon attack once each turn. Primeval Awareness acts as some form of advanced sensors, allowing us to spend a spell slot, and then for 1 minute per level of that spell slot we can sense whether certain creatures are within 1 mile of us, or 6 miles if it's our favorite terrain. The creatures are aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead, though this doesn't reveal the creature's number or location. 8th level is our next ability score improvement. Once again, we'll be dropping this into our dexterity, raising it to an 18. At 9th level, our 5th level in Ranger grants us extra attack, now allowing us to make 2 attacks when we take the attack action instead of 1. We also gain our first 2nd level spell, of which we will be choosing Find Traps to further increase the sensor suite of our armor. 6th level Rangers gain a Favored Enemy improvement, as well as Natural Explorer improvement. This time we will choose Dwarves and Gnomes, which also grants us Dwarvish and Gnomish languages, and the Mountain Terrain. Our 7th level as a Hunter grants us Defensive Tactics, of which we will choose Steel Will. This grants us advantage on saves against being frightened. In addition, we gain another 2nd level spell, of which we will choose the staple Ranger spell, Pass Without a Trace. 12th level and our 8th level in Ranger means we gain another ability score improvement. We'll be capping off our dexterity this time, raising it to a 20. Ranger also grants Land Stride, so now moving through non-magical difficult terrain doesn't cost us extra movement or damage us. In addition, we have advantage on saves against plants that are magically created or manipulated to impede movement, such as the Entangle spell. 13th level will be Brief. We gain our first 3rd level spell, of which we will be picking up Non-Detection. At 14th level, our Natural Explorer improves again. This time we will be picking up Underdark. We also gain Hide in Plain Sight, allowing us to give ourselves a +10 to stealth with 1 minute of work, so long as we don't move or take actions. At 15th level, Hunter grants us Multi-Attack, and we will be going with Volley. Now we can target all creatures within 10 feet of a point with our lightning launcher, rolling attack and damage for each separately. For a 3rd level spell this level, let's pick up Water Breathing to make sure our power suit is properly sealed for any deep diving we may need to perform. Our 12th level in Ranger is another ability score improvement. We'll be trading this for the Sharpshooter feat. Now we can attack at the full 300-foot range of our lightning launcher without disadvantage. We ignore 1/2 and 3/4 cover, and if we choose to take a -5 penalty to attack, we can add 10 to the damage. Our 13th level in Ranger is our first 4th level spell. We will be picking up a favorite of mine, Freedom of Movement. I think this is a great representation of how mobile and dexterous Samus is. At 18th level we gain Vanish. Now we can use the Hide action as a bonus action, and we can't be tracked by non-magical means unless we choose to leave a trail. 19th level as a 15th level Hunter we gain Superior Hunter's Defense. This will be granting us Evasion. Now when we succeed on a dex save for half damage, we instead take no damage, and half damage if we fail. I like to envision this as folding up into the Morph Ball to quickly escape an explosion. For our 4th level spell, we will be choosing Locate Creature, for when our natural means to track someone aren't enough. 20th level, our capstone for this build is an ability score improvement. We'll drop this into our intelligence, raising it to an 18. End result sees us with an average of 129 hit points. Assuming we want to take full advantage of our dexterity, we're probably wearing light armor, making our AC around a 17. With our lightning launcher, we can average about 8 damage a hit for about 20 damage a round. With Hunter's Mark, we'll increase this to about 27 a round. If those are sharpshooter hits, that becomes 47 a round. We have contacts to find work, and then we have our own natural and magical skills to hunt them down, as well as to avoid any tricks or traps they may have set to evade us. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment your opinions or suggestions for new builds. I hope all your 20s are natural. See you next time.